Ladies and gentlemen, we have just finished watching this fact live stream from the Arknights Endfield dev team, and I got a couple things to say about it. And I'm guessing if you clicked on this video, you got a couple things you want to know about it, and potentially hear my opinion too. Maybe not, but either way, we'll give you what you came for. Now, they started off by hitting us with some beautiful cinematics, something we've definitely come to expect from Arknights Endfield, and of course they continue to tease us with this new character that I still don't even know the name for. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure I could go out there and find it, but she looks good. Every scene we've seen her in so far, she looks cold, badass, so I am just counting down the days until we can pull for her. Once again, they show us how good they can make their characters look, and actually a bad guy I'm interested in. Please forgive me if I feel the need to pause on every single frame of this character, because that banner better be around the corner. Speaking of banners, they of course revealed to us the next upcoming character, Xuanfang Yi. I have no idea if I said that right, but I said it with confidence, and that felt good. I've moved down here so you can get yourself a better look. Of course, she looks fantastic. She is an electric striker, so RIP Aviwena, you have been a great free-to-play option, but you're going out the window once she comes out. Take your corny British accent to the closest bench and stay sat there, because I have no doubt that Xuanfang Yi, she's going to be overpowered. She's definitely going to outscale Aviwena. Or hey, maybe if you're that good, you can play no healer and just do double DPS. I'm sure someone out there will be able to do it. Not me, but someone. I'd just like to pause here for a quick moment and say I might have to pull for her first dupe. Hell, might even have to pull for the third. But I'm happy to say I can live without the fifth. Of course, with the new character means their new signature weapon, and I have to say, this one looks very cool. Quick rundown of her kit. You do her 5 basic attacks to trigger her combo skill, as long as they have the electrification effect on them. Yes, this is literally identical to Aviwena, once again solidifying her place on the bench. I should also say when she uses her combo skill, the electric infliction becomes electrification, which, you know, boost the damage of electric attacks and all that jazz. Then, depending on the amount of electrification you put on the enemy, you can use her skill, and you'll get up to 3 of these big-ass swords that come down and whack the opponent. Her ultimate skill is where things really get crazy. Basically, everything I've just told you times it by like 3. I mean, literally, you can see here, her basic attacks are hitting 3 times on 3 enemies. Her basic skill no longer consumes SP or electrification, and generates all of the 3 blades she needs to do extra damage completely for free. So she doesn't even need the team now. Oh, and did we forget to say that her combo skill cooldown will be 4 times faster? I mean, hey, it's only 4 times, it's not 5. Seriously though, she seems busted. And I'm okay with that, because I love the electric team. Aside from new character, of course, we're getting new story. I have to say, it looks like it's going to be very exciting. But they did kind of inadvertently spoil that Wuling is going to be taking a lot of damage, because they mentioned we'll also be having a lot of reconstruction quests. You don't tend to need to reconstruct things unless they've been destroyed, so, you know. Halfway through the stream, they sprinkled in a couple little goodies, you know, 1,000 hour barrels, 10,000 credits, and to be honest, it's not that much, but it's something. We'll take it. At first, I was quite critical of the amount of hour barrel they were giving out, at least the amount it seemed like they were going to be giving out, but recently they have given us a lot, so I'm not going to complain. Of course, new update also means new factory. This time we're farming piss, I mean acid, we're farming acid. Surprisingly, they're actually giving us a whole new outpost, which is interesting because I don't even use one of the outposts in Wuling right now. But from what we can see here, I'm assuming you're going to use the acid to get stronger versions of the Zironite and the Cuprium parts. I think that's what they're called. To be honest, it seems very similar to what we're already doing, except you just have to use the new facilities. Even though the new facilities are basically just the same as the old ones, they've just been given new names. But hey, factory lovers are going to love factory no matter what. I mean, seriously, you can't tell me this doesn't just look like piss. But don't worry about it, it'll all be worth it because you get new gear. If I had to hedge my bets, probably going to be the best gear for the new character. Now we see why they give us a whole new area. The Forge of the Skies are going up to a limit of 12. I have no doubt there's going to be a new trade post at the new outpost, because otherwise you'll just be producing way too much, way more than you can actually sell. But that's really good. We can max out our profits and buy everything we need from the stock redistribution. Until inevitably something goes wrong with my system, and I have to figure it all out again. They're also giving us ornamentals, but someone who asked, there's someone out there. Not me, but someone. Let me just slide my head down here so I can show you this guy. I actually like this guy. He's cute. There's also going to be new stock distribution terminals, as well as new environment monitoring terminals. No idea if anyone actually does those anymore, but they're there if you want them. They're also giving the existing terminals higher level caps, so you'll want to go in and do that straight away. Mainly just to get your outpost level up. It gives you rewards and it unlocks new things for you. So yeah, don't forget to do that. We've got an update to my least favorite game mode, Umbral Monument. But hey, it's not for me, but it might be for you. I just hope there's no more poisonous gas, or poisonous floor, or poisonous poison. Just, I've had enough of poison. New update to Etch Space, baby. This is what we were waiting for. Also unlocking Zone 5 and 6. Last time we only got 1 zone unlocked, and that lasted a grand total of about 5 minutes. So hopefully this is a little bit more content this time. I really think Etch Space is a fun mode. I just don't think people are giving it the time and effort it deserves. admittedly because you can't give it much time because you finish it and then you don't need to go back in. I'm hoping 5 and 6 are both big zones and that they've added some sort of replayability to it. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm happy about this. We've also got a new event that actually centers around what you're producing at the factory. From what I understand, there's going to be event-specific things for you to produce, which you can then submit for event-specific currency. And, you know, I can only assume with that you'll be able to buy Ore Barrel and a bunch of other fancy things, summons, permits, whatever they call them in this game. I think this is quite interesting. Clearly, they're leaning into the factory even heavier, which I think is fine because by this point, anyone that hates the factory has definitely checked out. But who knows, it could also be the nail in the coffin for a lot of people. All I know is you can always just go find your favorite YouTuber's blueprints to copy. There's going to be another one of those chef events, so that's all right, I guess. And then they hit us with a whole new event that I'm still not 100% sure what it is, but multiple times they refer to it as a snapshot event, which kind of worries me that all it is we're going to be on the ship, and we're just going to take pictures of things, potentially outside of the ship, potentially inside the ship. I don't know where the market is for this, but clearly there is a market out there, because every single Gacha game I've played has had this camera function in there, and they do these camera events. Some people could just never let Pokemon Snap go. Cool little reward though. They'll give you this picture to switch out with Perlica's first dupe picture. Looking back at the original picture though, I might just prefer it. Nah, I mean, they're both good. They are both good. And it's free, and I'll enjoy looking at it for the first 5 seconds when I get it. This was some kind of crazy news. The next chartered headhunting banner is going to last 35 days. I'd say from a free-to-play perspective, this is really good. I reckon pretty much anyone will be able to guarantee her if you want her, unless you've just tried to max dupe your Rossi. But yeah, it's an interesting one because I feel like this doesn't make loads of money for the company. Like, if your only purpose is to spend money and pull on this game, this is not good for you. But for literally anyone else, this is pretty good news, which, FYI, I will definitely be pulling. And then to sort of balance out the fact that it's only going to be one banner for 35 days, on the last week of that banner, they'll also be running this. Now, I gotta say, including Ardelia on this banner, that is evil. I mean, we all got given this character for free. Every single person has this character in their account. So by putting her on this banner, the entire purpose was just to piss you off when you pull her instead of one of the other 3 great characters. Even Pog is a standard banner character, but he's really good. I'll probably do at least 30 to 60 pulls on this banner, just because 3 of the characters I don't have. It's also important to note that the pity from this does not carry over to any other banner. It is completely separate, completely unrelated. So don't make the mistake of pulling on this, thinking that it's going to contribute to anything else. In fact, now that I think about it, I probably won't pull on this at all, purely because of that fact. Of course, there's going to be an operator trial for the new character, and may I add, that is one hell of a silhouette. And we're going to get the usual sign-in events. I am still waiting for the day that they make these 10 pulls. It does not matter that you can buy 5 in the shop to make it 10, you should just be given 10 for free. New Protocol Pass is going to be giving us another 6-star. Interestingly, it's not a choice crate this time. Looking at the stats now, it's actually making me think I won't even need to pull for the signature weapon for the new character, because this is definitely made for her. I mean, maybe not definitely, but I'm assuming it is, because it's got electric damage boost, and of course, she's an electric damage character. So yeah, might just be able to skip the signature weapon. Interestingly, they're giving us this operator progression booster. Basically, this is just being given to us because we all complained that there wasn't enough materials, and to an extent, I agree. I think the real issue is that I don't have enough time to grind materials as well as other things I need for my characters. I honestly can't remember what they're called now, but the things that you attach to your weapons, you know the things I'm on about. They have finally added the collect all button on the spaceship. I don't know what took them this long, but let me tell you, I'm going to be speedrunning my dailies at this point. And to be fair, another helpful little optimization. I can't read this language, but this button right here, the one that's grayed out just above the yellow, that is going to be your quick collect. To clarify, this doesn't collect every single station. You will still need to click on each one and then quick collect it, but at least it's quicker than having to run to each one. However, we still don't actually need these resources for anything, so I'm not quite sure what the point in this is. You can also batch assemble gear now. Admittedly, not something I ever had a problem with, but I guess there's people out there who are trying to maximize this stuff, or maybe they've just got tons of materials because they're whales, so they want to build every single character. I don't know, but yeah, you can do that now. This though, this is that good shit. You know when you were trying to level up your operators using materials like this one in the middle here, and even though you had the advanced selection crates, you couldn't use them. Well, you could, but it wouldn't direct you to them. You had to hop back out of this menu, hop into your inventory, find the crates, open it up, go back over to the character and use them. Now you can just use it from the character menu. I'm not going to lie, this is something I noticed early on, because every other game does this. So you're a little bit slow off the mark, Endfield, but we'll let it go. If you are that one guy who's still doing every single delivery job, God bless you, first of all. But second of all, you can now actually filter which region you want. This is actually quite helpful. Admittedly, a little bit late, because about a month ago I was trying to do this, and I couldn't find any Wuling ones whatsoever. But like I say, for that one guy that's still out there doing all these delivery jobs for us, this is for you. Thank you. We also got custom buttons for controllers. I don't use a controller, but this is actually pretty good. I'm kind of shocked they didn't have this in the first place. But yeah, big W for the controller guys. They're also adding an ultimate timer bar. It's the blue bar you can see just above your yellow ones here. I'm guessing they definitely realized how useful this would be because of the new character and her new dragon form in her ultimate. But it's handy. It also applies to characters like Yvonne that they're showing off here. So yeah, it's a good little one to add. On the map, you can now also see where all of your pipes are going. I don't know if this is going to be just OCD hell or if this will actually be useful, but I'm sure some people will like this. I imagine you can probably turn it off, so if you are that fussy, just turn it off. I'm shocked they left this so late into the stream, but there's a sanity supply event. This is much better than the previous way they were doing it, where they were just halving the amount of sanity you were using. For two reasons. One, now you're not forced to do it on that day. And two, with the permits, you can actually do it quicker. Because genuinely, the reason some of my characters just aren't built isn't because I don't have the sanity. In fact, it's because I do have the sanity. I am sane enough in the real world to not sit here grinding my ass off that much. However, you give me some usage permits and, you know, we might have a good time. And you'll love to see it. More usage permits in the protocol pass. But wait, they didn't stop there. It's retroactive too. So for all the progression that you make on this protocol pass, you'll be getting them back when the update comes around. I didn't just pull that out of my ass. This is where they talk about it. And let me just tell you, here's where they're trying to sweet talk us. They're giving us a 30-day pass. Every single day you get 200 ore barrel, 1 sanity, 4 usage tickets. And to save me doing the math, they put it down the bottom there. 6,000 ore barrel, 1,200 sanity, 120 usage permits. That's free right there. That's why I wasn't complaining about that 1,000 ore barrel from earlier. I have faith in my Endfield devs. Essence. That's what they were called. That's what I forgot about earlier. Essence. New optimization. They're going to give you a little thumbs up, little gold thumbs up. Let me circle around it there for you. They're going to be giving you that for your perfect essence. How does it know which essence is perfect? You tell it. Seriously, this is a really nice optimization. And it might actually make me farm essence now. Then we got something I did not expect them to do. Backup power. Remember how I mentioned earlier that at some point I was definitely going to mess up my factory and all my power was going to get drained? Well, this solves that. Genuinely, this is a nice little thing to add because I remember having to place a bunch more power stations with some weak-ass batteries that I had in them just to get enough power to get things running again. So yeah, this is a devs listen moment. And then they hit us with the huge announcement that half of the people watching didn't understand. No, seriously, if you don't know, Contingency Contract comes from the original Arknights. It's a very difficult game mode. To my understanding, you can change the difficulty so it doesn't have to be. But for the hardcore players, unlike myself, they can have an extra challenge. Long and short of it is you can add different modifiers to change the difficulty of the stages. Personally, I will be doing the bare minimum to get the maximum ore barrel. Because if it doesn't help me gamble, then why am I even there? No, but seriously, what this is telling me so far is that they are really trying to appeal to their hardcore player base, which is quite new to see in Gacha, actually. You know, you think of Genshin Impact, you think of Honkai Star Rail, they just want to appeal to the most people possible. Arknights Endfield has just said, oh yeah, our core player base from Arknight and our factory lovers, everything we are doing is for you. New players, forget about them. Tourists, forget about them. Honestly, it's quite refreshing to see. However, I have no idea if I'll actually enjoy this content or not, so we'll just see. We'll find out. We will wait and see. Interestingly, we're also looking at a 2-operator combat event. I'm very unsure about this, because I'm going to be honest, a lot of the characters in the game really rely on having at least 2 other operators to make them fully work. So, we'll see. And then, let me tell you, the last thing that I expected to see in this trailer, right towards the end, was not just one new character being announced, which, by the way, he looks very cool. Bro is literally Dracula. But like I said, not just 1, 2. We know nothing else about these characters. But what we do know is he is badass, and she looks very cute. Let me just scooch my fat head out the way to give you a better look. Here are the 3 upcoming characters. And here's why I'm confused. We see in the middle, Mifu. A character that we've seen now for the past 2 patches. Why are they not running 2 banners in the same patch? I mean, she would make perfect sense in this new patch. And a lot of people want to pull for her. The genuinely only thing I can think is that they're respecting their players. I know. We didn't see it coming. But they're giving you time. They're giving you time to work the extra night shift, to get that money to pay for her. Or if you're free to play, to get those extra, squeeze those extra ore barrels. Yeah, I don't know. I'm genuinely surprised, but she looks really good. So I'm going to go broke. But yeah, of course, next to her, we got the other 2 new characters. And I'm going to be honest, in these pictures, compared to her, they don't look that good. but I feel like they are not doing them justice. I mean, the boy on the right, he has literal Dracula wings. We can't even see those in the picture. And the girl on the left, they're going to hit you with some Firefly shit right there. If you played HSR, you know what I'm talking about. The design didn't even need to be good after that story. And then, of course, they hit us with some more beautiful cinema, the thing that Arknights Endfield does best, right at the end of the live stream. I'm not joking when I say this is 60% of the reason I play the game still. It just looks so good. But yeah, that was everything I thought you'd actually want to know from the live stream. I'm sure there's someone that's going to tell me I missed some things. If I missed them, it's probably because I thought they were useless. But hey, you know what? Comment it anyway, because it's good for engagement. Speaking of engagement, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all those things. I've got another video right around the corner for you. It's me being disappointed with the Rossi quest. Spoiler. So yeah, if you want to see that, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.